I just want to start the video off by letting you know that I am hosting my very own collaboration with my friend Alex at Chapter 2 Vintage Company. Make sure to check out her channel and I'll have her link down below. It's scheduled for September 19th and it's called Halloween, but you can do any kind of project from baking, painting, sewing, anything that you want as long as it's fall or Halloween themed. Also, you don't have to have a video in order to be a part of the playlist. You can post your projects on Instagram and I will have an Instagram hashtag for everyone to use so everyone can boost their channels and their profiles on Instagram. So I hope that you'll join us and come and have some fun with us and message one of us and we will be glad to add you to the chat.
The living. The dead. Can they coexist? That's what we're here to find out.
In honor of Beetlejuice 2 coming out on September 6th, I have 3 cute, simple DIYs that you will love. So stay tuned to the end to see how they turned out. So for my first Beetlejuice DIY, I've got this leftover piece of wood that I've had for a while and I'm just going to give it a couple of coats of this white chalk paint. So I went online and I found this website that has free images for you and it's pretty cool. It has the transparent background on each of them so you can use them for whatever you want and it's absolutely free. So I'll have that link down below in my description box. So then I went and used that. I only used his face there in the corner and I created this design on my Canva account. And I'll have that link as well so you can print this out already done and use it however you want. I thought it might be a cute idea to use and share. So I'm just cutting it out here. So now that my wood is dry from painting it, I am taking some Mod Podge and giving it a good coat on the front part of the wood. I'm using this new Mod Podge that Plaid has sent me and it's probably good for other projects, but I wasn't too sure how I liked it for this one. Even though it still is like going to work out for this, I just wished it would have turned out a little better and I should have stuck with my same old regular Mod Podge because I'm safe with that. I know how to use it and things turn out better. So now that the Mod Podge is dry, I can work on getting this tissue paper on it. And I'm just cutting it down to size so that it's easier to work with. And then I want to try to put this as center as possible. And it didn't end up that way. But it is Beetlejuice and it's quirky and always weird. And so I figured it kind of matched with it anyway. So the wood that I'm using, I guess, is kind of warped too, and I didn't realize it until I started doing this, but it was a little hard to get it to stay in the center part. So I'm trying really careful not to burn it or smear it at this point. And I did forget to tell you that before I started this, I sprayed the print with Rust-Oleum 2x clear spray. And that helps hold the color in so that when you're working with it, it doesn't get all over your fingers, it doesn't get on anything else. It will kind of still bleed if you're not careful, so that's what I'm trying to avoid here. So once you're happy with how it's sticking to the wood, then just take some sandpaper and rough up the edges and that extra pieces will just come right off. And if you want it more distressed, you can distress the sides a little bit. But I just left it so that it was just taking the paper off of it. And look how cute it turned out. I love it.
It's showtime.
This Beetlejuice DIY video is a part of a collaboration with Indiana Jones as the host. I will have her channel link as well as the playlist linked down below. Head on over and watch each video and comment on each of them. They will love that, and it helps everyone's channel out. Now let's get back to the DIYs. I forgot to mention that I had covered the top of this sign with some more of that same Mod Podge. So it did still turn out cute. For my next Beetlejuice DIY, I'm taking this Dollar Tree pumpkin that I've had in my stash, taking off the little tag and the stem for it. I won't be using that. So I saw this little trick on Instagram where you take some hot water and some taper candles and you can bend them into whatever shape you want. So I got this set on Amazon and they were 12 for $12, so not too bad. And you just sit it in and let it sit for 15 minutes. After it's been sitting for 15 minutes, you can see it's kind of starting to curve on its own, and you just want to gently bend it, in the direction that you want and in the shape that you want. So just go really slow and careful. If you go too quickly, it will crack. And I did crack this one a little bit, but not horrible. So you just want to be careful and bend it however you want. You can make these into those cute little ghosts, but I wanted it just to be like this. And you can see here I used my X-Acto knife and I cut the hole in it a little bit bigger because what I want to do is put that candle in eventually. So because it is Beetlejuice, I want to do black and white stripes on this pumpkin. So I'm just going to take some white chalk paint here and go every other little bump that's on there so that it will give it the look of the black and white stripes. So now that the white is done, I'm just taking some black chalk paint and doing the same thing. And this one was a little bit more tedious. I woke up this morning with some arthritis, and that always makes my joints really creaky and stiff, and as well as a little shaky. So it took some time to get this just right, but it turns out so super cute. You'll love it. So now I'm just taking some more white to touch up where I kind of got some black on, and then there were some see-through parts where you could still see the orange. So I just wanted to touch that up and make sure it looked cute. So now that the candle has had time to dry, I am going to paint this all with some black chalk paint, and it turns out so pretty. So I thought I was videoing how I put this in the pumpkin with some moss around it, but I did not. So I apologize. But this is what it looked like. I just hot glued both the candle and the moss on it, and I think it turns out so stinking cute. Let me know down below what you think. For my next Beetlejuice DIY, I found this idea on Pinterest, and I'm hoping that it turns out just as cute. It's going to be a little different, but I'm using some black chalk paint, and I'm covering this terracotta pot and plate just with one coat each. So now I'm going to do the same thing with a different candle, but I'm going to curve it a little differently than I did for the pumpkin. So I'm going backwards on one side, back towards the left, and then I'm going to curve it again on the right. Of course I went slower than this, but I just sped it up so it wouldn't take so long. And now I'm taking these round discs. They're kind of like hockey puck foam pieces for floral. I got them on Amazon, and I'm putting 2 in the pot and just gluing them in there. So now I'm just taking my X-Acto knife again and just cutting a hole in the center so that that candle will fit in there. And now I have my moss that I used on the pumpkin, and I'm just going to glue a bunch around that top part and leaving the center hole where the candle's going to go open so I can set it in there. So now I'm taking my masking tape and I'm going to tape off sections of the candle all the way up the candle, and it's going to be horizontal so that there's black and white stripes on it. So obviously I'm not going to paint it white since it's already white, so I'm just masking off where I want the white to be so that I can paint it black. So now that it's all painted, I'm using my stencil brush so it doesn't bleed through the tape, and kind of dabbing it on and then brushing as I go so that it goes on really light and easy and not using a ton of paint. And it turns out so pretty. I actually surprised myself and I really love this one. So now that I let it dry, I'm just going to remove the tape, if I can find the end. Took me a minute, but I'm going to remove all the tape and you'll see the stripes. So once it was all off, I just wiped up some areas and touched up the paint, and it just turned out so pretty. I just love it. So now I'm just going to take my pot where the hole is. I'm just going to put some hot glue in there and stick my candle in. And it's super cute. I love it. I'm so grateful that you've made it this far through my video, and I appreciate you watching, and I hope that you enjoyed my Beetlejuice DIYs. Make sure to watch that playlist. The link is down in the description box, and show everyone some love by commenting on each video. And I hope that you will subscribe to my channel as well as everyone else's. If you're new here, welcome, and I hope that you enjoy all of my DIYs, and to check out more of my videos, and that link is also in my description box. Please comment down below and let me know which one was your favorite, and let me know if you're going to try some Beetlejuice DIYs of your own. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.